Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with the Twang podcast. I'm your host Ben Blackman, and today we're talking about Facebook Messenger bots, and we're going to cover strategy number 2. This is episode 53. Facebook Ads with the Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. Welcome everybody to episode 53, and I'm talking about Facebook Messenger bots again, and this is a strategy that I came up with. We'll call this strategy number 2, that's really effective. And just so you know, right now it's 12:54 a.m. and usually I go to bed like at say 9:30, 10, something like that. So if I sound a little tired, I don't mean to, but I was just so excited about this. I wanted to get this out there and record it. So let's just kind of jump on into this. So if you're not familiar with what a messenger bot is, I'm going to cover that first. But messenger bots are pretty simple. It's really an automated and really a semi-automated way to respond to people who message you in Facebook. And so if somebody goes to your Facebook page, for example, and you have the send message button there, and they click send message and they send you a message, then it will give them an automated reply. Not much different than if somebody gets on your email list, right? Somebody gets on your email list, one way or another, you send them an automatic response. And it kind of works the same way. And once somebody responds to you, or sends you a message and you respond to them and everything, they're kind of on a list of their own inside Facebook. So, Facebook now knows that you can send them messages because they've said you could send them messages. Now, the good side to that is that it's a really easy way to communicate, and the open rates, meaning people tend to open these a lot more and read them than they do email. Email might be 20% open rates, but messenger, messages, they're like 100%. Okay, so it's really, really good, and it's an effective way. Now, the downside is that when they message you and that's stored in Facebook, you don't collect their email address, at least not at that point. Now, there are ways around that and ways to collect their email address, but we're not going to go into that just right now. So another way to use Messenger and use Messenger bots are through Facebook ads. So you can actually run an ad and then ask them to respond or send you a message versus learn more or, listen now or whatever the other buttons are. So you can use Facebook ads with it, and then you can generate an automatic reply with that. And even another way is to use landing page responses. So, for example, say you have an opt-in, and then you have somebody click on the ad, Facebook ad, and they go to the opt-in page, the landing page. You can actually place a little bit of code there that will have a checkbox that says send to messenger. So once they've entered in their information, that checkbox, which is automatically checked, it says send to messenger, and then as soon as they click the button, it'll send them a message. And so that's really kind of what I'm going to be talking about on this episode. Now, before we get started, there's just a few things you need to know, and I know I've gone over this before, but with messenger ads, the first thing you have to do when somebody sends you a message is you have to confirm that they really meant to send you a message, kind of like a double opt-in on an autoresponder. That you just want to make sure. The other thing is you have to give them a way to stop getting messages. And so all you have to do is tell them, hey, if you don't want to get any more messages from me, just type stop. That's it. That's all you got to tell them. Now, the other thing, and this is kind of important, is you cannot make offers to people that you haven't communicated with in the last 24 hours. So, for example, say that I asked you, or you sent me a message and I confirmed that you wanted it and everything, but it's been a week since I've sent you a message, and I have this new course I want to sell. I can't just send you a message and say, hey, buy my course. What I can say is, hey, I just came out with a new course. Would you like to hear more about it? And if you say yes, then I can make you an offer. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Now, the strategy that I'm getting ready to talk about really involves entertaining and asking. And that's really true for any kind of ad or anything like that that goes on with Facebook. You really want to be entertaining people because that's why people are on Facebook to begin with. Now, here's the tools that typically I use for messenger bots. And by the way, if this stuff's kind of going over your head already, don't worry about it. All right? It's really not that complicated. And once you get the hang of it, you'll understand how powerful this is. It's really pretty exciting. Okay, doesn't mean emails going away or anything like that, but it's really kind of cool. So the tool that I use is ManyChat, so manychat.com, M-A-N-Y chat.com, and I also use one called Message Hero. It's msghero.com. ManyChat really has the most tools and is the most effective, and for me, it's the one I use the most. Message Hero is a little different in that it's a little easier to use, but it doesn't have nearly as many features as ManyChat does. So for now, I'm really just going to be talking about ManyChat, and that's the one I'll be using. So what will happen is, for this strategy, is we'll have a Facebook ad, and then we're not going to ask them to click a message on the Facebook ad. Instead, we're going to send them to a landing page. So we're going to give a freebie to a landing page. The landing page we'll have what I was talking about before. We'll have the little checkbox that says send a messenger. So once they opt in their messenger, they'll get a message. We ask them to confirm that it's okay to send a message, verify or let them know that they can opt out or click stop or type in stop at any time. And then we send them what they asked for. We can send that in Messenger, or if we collected their email address on the landing page, we can just email it to them or whatever. But once we do that, the next day, now you could do this the same day if you wanted, you just have to test it, but the next day what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them a message and say, hey, did you have time to review what I sent you? If they say no, I might leave them alone for a day or two and then ask them again. If they say yes, I want to say something like, or what I'm going to want to do is ask them questions based on the opt-in that I sent, something related to that. So for me, I might say, hey, can I ask you a couple of questions about your business? And if they say yes, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, and this is remember, this is an automated message through ManyChat. So when they click yes, then I might say, do you like to have things done for you, or do you like to learn how to do things for your business? And then, but right below that, I'll have two responses, do it myself or have done for me as the two responses. So if they pick path number one, or they click button number one, they'll go down one path or one flow. If they click path number two, then they're going down another one. Now, if they're the type of people that likes to have things done for them, that path, I'm going to ask them questions that leads them to booking a call with me, okay, to inquire about my services. If they go down path number two, where they like to learn how to do things themselves, then I'm going to ask them questions and get them to respond, and then offer them my course or an affiliate course or something like that. So I hope that sort of makes sense to you. Now, and the cool thing is I have an example of what we call a flow. That's what we call this. This is a flow. They go down one path or the other. And if you'd like to look at what that sequence and actually walk through it yourself and see how it goes, then I'm going to provide a link in the show notes, and you can go in and see what all the hubbub is about. So if you go to onefocusmarketing.com/episode 53, all one word, and episode small case. So go to episode 53. There'll be a link in the show notes, and when you click on that link, it's going to open up a messenger window and do exactly. And by the way, if you do it from mobile, it'll open up Facebook Messenger, but it'll go through exactly the process I just said. Now, I'm not quite finished with the flow that I'm talking about, but I'm almost finished, okay? And there's a couple things that I actually figured out that I wanted to change on it, and so I'm modifying that right now. but it will be available shortly. So if you'll go ahead and go to that link and say, yes, I want to know about it, then I'll send it to you as soon as I have it ready, which it shouldn't be long. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope all that made sense. Listen to it again if it didn't. Don't sweat it if it didn't. Okay. This is about learning stuff and not having to figure it all out right away. Okay. You might want to let some of it just kind of marinate and digest. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please, please, please leave a review and please subscribe. Okay. If you need any additional help, go to my closed Facebook group, Funnel Strategies for Facebook, and I will see you guys on episode 54. Thanks.